name's Bree. I'm a physical therapist. I work at the Rehab United Escondido location. I've worked for Rehab United about 13 years, but I've been a PT for 3. And then this is my patient, MJ.
Hi. I'm MJ.
I've been seeing her for almost a year now.
So the injury happened in 2010. I was in a car accident and I didn't do any physical therapy after it. It was just on the fly. I thought I can, just walk it off. I didn't. A couple years ago, I think it was 2023, I injured my back and it was a result of that initial car accident. And doing the back surgery, I needed to do physical therapy afterwards, and I decided I need to do it. I can't just ignore those symptoms because I don't want to re-injure my back again. So I think that's when I decided physical therapy was absolutely an option. I couldn't ignore it anymore. So back in 2023, I had my first back surgery and the doctor said I would get better. I immediately re-injured my back and I had a second back surgery in February of 2024. And I also resulted in finding out that I needed abdominal surgery. So I had no core strength and I ended up being in a wheelchair because it was so difficult to walk. And so when I started physical therapy, day one, I was in a wheelchair for a couple of weeks, 3-4 weeks, something like that. Just trying to build up the strength to start walking again. Like it was pretty severe, I'd say. It was like 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10 some days where the pain was so bad and the best solution was getting in and getting into physical therapy and trying to walk again.
I mean, seeing someone come in a wheelchair, you're like, okay, I'm gonna have to scale this back a lot, like looked at her history and knew she had spinal surgery. But day one, my goal, and I feel like all of our goals is always like, can I have the patient leave feeling better than when they walked in? So trying to find ways to just calm her down, ease some of her anxiety, work on some of the pain. And that's really what the beginning of our therapy looked like, is just trying to find ways to de-escalate the pain in her nervous system. And then obviously when she was feeling a little bit better, pain was a little bit more under control, then we worked a lot on the walking and getting some of her core stability and strength back so she felt more comfortable spending more time out of the wheelchair. I would say like 4 weeks she was spending more time out of the chair, and then definitely by the 6th week she was coming into PT without the chair. But still at that point we're focusing a lot on her functional mobility, her endurance, because you're sitting in a chair for a long time, you're dealing with pain, the muscles are tight from being in that position, her spine and pelvis are in an altered position from being in the chair. So that's when we kind of tried to shift to the next progression of PT once she was more weight bearing and walking a lot. But I'm still seeing her for PT. We're still working on some other goals.
Yeah, I think maybe when I started after that 4 to 8 week, when I was really standing, I was walking a little bit more. We talked about the massage therapy because you guys offer that service with
Resolve Wellness.
Yes. And I think that's when I started doing the massage therapy, really kind of loosened me up and was kind of helped with that ability to start walking again, because I needed that strength and that little boost to really get me into doing more strengthening exercises, because it kind of helped with my flexibility. It also really kind of helped me, I think, calm down a little bit, kind of ease that anxiety and be able to slowly and confidently get to those next stages. And I think the biggest thing was the fact that it was in your guys' building. Like if I had to go to another site, I don't know if I would have done it. I think it was a really big benefit for me to have them both here, because we can specifically work on things that I wasn't sure that I needed worked on, and having that communication and being like, I'm gonna let the pros, take the wheel and they'll decide like what I need and what's the best option. And I think when I started the massage therapy, I think that's when I got that big boost to the next stage. We were starting to work on more strength and I was more confident and I could really start walking. I think that
you could see a difference in her walking out of the massage every time. So
I think it was actually when I went online and I found the reviews of physical therapy in this area, especially in Escondido. I think a lot of the stuff I was looking for was location, the team, and trying to find a place where I felt comfortable. I didn't want to feel like I was being watched. Like I felt like it's got like a gym setting, but it's also very relaxed. I get along with the team because I feel like they're very personable, and that helps me relax and I'm actually able to do the work because I'm not self-conscious about it. I don't feel like it's not weird at all. It's easy for me. And I think that was the big goal. Once I was here a few times, I was like, yeah, this is it. This is the one. So.